chances. Now, by the word chances, you mean amount of probability or possibility that something might happen or might not happen. So, I have written down some examples. It may rain today. He may possibly join politics. He is probably right and his tickets may get confirmed. Now, in all these examples, you can see the possibility is uncertain, means you have uncertainty. Whatever has been said in the statement might happen and might not happen. For example, it may rain today. The certainty is there is some kind of uncertainty, right? The rain might come and might not come. Similarly, the person might join politics and might not join politics. So, there are chances of any event happening or not happening, right? So, that is how we define the term probability. Probability denotes that there is uncertainty about what has happened or what is going to happen, and we assign numerical values to the degree of uncertainty. That means whatever, if there is something to happen or not to happen, we are going to give or put a numeric value into it, which will define whether how many chances are there for anything to happen or anything to not happen, right? That is what is probability. For example, there are 50% chances that it might rain. So, we have given a numerical value. Now, the next is the term experiment. It is very familiar term, but how do we define it? It is an operation which produces some well defined outcomes. Means any operation, whatever we do, is going to give some outcomes, that is known as experiment. Now, experiments can be done in two ways, right? There are some experiments in which we already know the result. For example, if we are going to put salt in water, we are definitely going to get salty water. That is one experiment in which outcomes are known to us, and no matter how many times we repeat, we are going to get the same outcome. Now, that is one kind of experiment in which we are knowing what will be the outcome, and how many times we repeat, no matter how many times we repeat, we are going to get the same outcome. But there are another type of experiments which are called random experiments. The one that I talked about are my deterministic experiments. So, the random experiments would be which are not having any such properties. We will be discussing them one by one. Let us start with the first, deterministic experiments. In deterministic experiments, as I told you, we have the outcome unknown. That means we are not knowing, we are always knowing that the outcome is going to come, is going to be this way, right? So, we know that the example of deterministic experiments would be the science experiments, right? We have been doing so many experiments, we are always aware that this should be the outcome going to happen when we are going to do these whatever test you do. But what about random experiments? In random experiments, we do not produce the same outcome on repeating, but the outcome is one of the possible outcomes. Say for example, for this one you take, it will be a tossing of a coin or tossing of a dice, right? Now, if you toss a dice, you can get out of 1 to 6 any number. That means no matter if how many times you repeat, you might get the same number, but the chances are that you will get a different number. But whatever number you get, it will be out of those predicted numbers. The predicted outcomes were, right, 1 to 6. So, you will be getting anyway 1 to 6 number only. So, that were the random experiments. Now, we will be dealing with random experiments in detail. In random experiments, we come across two terminologies, that is event and elementary event. Now, let us discuss the event and elementary event. Before this, we are going to take one example of tossing a coin. Now, when you toss a coin, what happens is, tossing a coin means a coin has two sides. One is head, the other one is a tail. When you toss a coin, you might get a head above or you might get a tail above. Definitely there are going to be only two outcomes for tossing a coin, that is, one is going to be the head. We are going to represent that with the letter H, capital H, and we can get another outcome as tail, which is going to be represented with capital T. Now we have the two outcomes of the experiment that we have done. The experiment was tossing a coin. So over here, getting a head becomes the first event or event 1 of the experiment, and getting a tail would become the second event or event 2. Such events in which the possibility of both coming of both is equal, we call them as the elementary event. All the events are going to have the same chances of occurring. Now we have another example of tossing two coins. Now say for example you and your friend both are going to toss one coin each. Now what are the possible outcomes? If you toss two coins each, the possible outcomes will be represented in the form of events now, right? So we have written down the 4 events over here, that is E1, E2, E3 and E4, representing each outcome separately. Now over here the first event would be getting both the heads, right? Both the times, both the coins that you tossed have got head on them. The next is getting head on the first and tails on the second, getting tails on the first and heads on the second, and getting tails on the both. Now, as I told you, getting each outcome is an event in itself, but if I want to find out the chances of event, let us say select any event from this, and we want to find out the chances of any event happening, that would be like I have chosen up here is getting same result. So how many events are possible in which we are going to get the same result? There are only two possible outcomes, that is heads and heads and tails and tails. That means we get event 1 and event 2 as the favorable outcome in this event.